Both
No.
of you got it? Okay.
Alright, I am rolling.
Camera rolling.
Defining This Is My Story, introducing Laron Anthony. Roll 1, scene 1, cake, take 1.
Focus.
Set.
Set.
And action. So, what is your name?
My name is Laron Anthony.
And how old are you?
I am 22 years old.
And why are you here today?
To tell my story.
And what is your story?
My story is that I am a survivor of sexual assault.
Hold on a minute. I'm still rolling. Restate the question and your answer.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Also, a quick question. Do you want to mic her up too? Because she is very distant.
Mm,
Do you want to
Is this going to be part of your segment? Like, is this going to be, or are you just going to cut off the questions and go straight to the answers?
yeah, I'm gonna cut off and just going straight to the answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You good?
So you want me to repeat?
Repeat the questions as well, when I say your name,
Mhm.
right? And I can go and say your story. Why you're
Oh, you
here.
want me to say like this is my story?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here because I want to tell my story.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah. I'm still rolling.
Same.
I just didn't take. You're good.
Oh, okay. And action. What is your name?
My name is Laron Anthony.
And how,
I am 22 years old.
and why are you here?
This is my story.
And what is your story?
My story is that I am a survivor of sexual assault. But I won't consider myself as, more so as a survivor, but I feel like I consider myself as a victor instead of a victim of sexual assault. It all started growing up when I was a kid. I got molested when I was younger. I didn't tell anybody, just because I felt like I just couldn't, believe that it happened to me. And I felt like if I were to just not let it bother me so much, because I didn't want it to feel real. I didn't want the person to be real. And what I did was I suppressed it. I balled it up and I just went on with my day. And by doing that, I felt like it created all different type of problems for me. And with that being said, I was born and raised in a religious household. My late grandfather was a pastor, and my grandmother was a first lady. We're practically the first family, and being the first family of a church that was founded by my grandfather, there was, for me, I felt like there was some difficulties because I felt like there was a lot of pressure, to be a certain way. But not just that, I feel like we had to put on this front, and I feel like sometimes, especially for me during the time I was suffering a lot, and I felt like I got tired of masking my pain, and I felt like it caused me to go through that imposter syndrome where I felt like I didn't know who I was, and I struggled with that. And not just that, I felt like not having a lot of male influence on me, and I felt like I didn't have enough male attention as well. During the time I was growing up, I saw a little bit of my father, but I was with my mother a lot growing up. It was me, her, my grandparents, and like my aunties and uncles and my cousins. But during the time I was I was around my mother a lot, and I was around, like I said, I was around her family a lot, so I got to see more of her than more of my dad and his family. But yeah, I used to hang around with a lot of my girl cousins, and I felt, when I used to hang around with them, I felt, in a way, I felt safe. I felt seen. but I felt like I was missing something. I was missing that belonging of masculinity, because I felt like a part of me felt like an outcast. I felt like an outsider. I felt like I didn't have a place where I can fully fit in, and I struggled with that. I've always wanted to fit in, especially when it came to especially when it came to school, but I didn't. I ended up being bullied. People would call me different type of names. They would, call me a faggot. They would call me gay. They would call me a sissy, and even they would call me a fruitcake as well. And I feel like, I feel like that was a hard time for me. Like I said, because being somebody that got molested by a male, and I feel like that kind of it definitely traumatized me, and because I felt like I couldn't trust men, because I felt like they made me uncomfortable, because I felt like they're always the same. I felt like they were all malicious. I felt like they were evil. I felt they were users. I felt like they were, to be honest, I felt like they were perpetrators. I felt like they were, in a way, I felt like they were kind of pedophiles because of me, being molested by a male. I definitely felt triggered a lot. I felt like a lot of different people kind of triggered me and caused me to get to that place where I used to be when I was a little kid, being traumatized, for being molested by a male. I feel like that caused me to not have enough confidence in myself, which I didn't. I suffered, and I felt, when I got molested, I felt, it felt like an out of body experience for me, because I felt like when that person did that to me, it felt, like I said, it felt like they took advantage of me, and it felt like they didn't love me, and it felt like, honestly, it felt like when they did it to me, it felt like it wasn't my body. I didn't feel like it was my body. I didn't feel like it was me, and I didn't know who I was, and I suffered, and I've been suffering for a long time for not telling my truth. And this is my time where I tell my truth, because I don't want that person that did it to me, I don't want them to win, because, honestly, I'm the winner. I'm the one that's winning, because I'm still here. I'm still thriving. I'm still me. They didn't break me, and I feel like I'm taking my power back from them, because I feel like I gave them so many years of giving them my power, and now I'm able to fully take back my power. I'm taking control of my life. I'm not allowing them to bother me anymore. I'm not allowing them to disrupt my peace or disrupt what they thought they took in from me, because at the end of the day, I still have my power. I'm still strong. I still have my strength, and I feel like it's just my time to tell my truth, and it's my time to take back what they thought they took away from me. And I think that's important for me to just speak my truth, because I definitely want to inspire people who have been victims of sexual assault, who have been molested, raped, and abused, to take their power back, because they are winners. They're not victims anymore. They are victors, and they're overcomers, and they need to know that there is strength when they feel like they're weak. Because I feel like, just because I went through it, if I can went through what I went through and still be on top, then so can they. And I just feel like it's important for people who at the lowest of their low, or who have been molested and have been harboring, for it for so long, who have been keeping it secret for so long. I think it's time for them to tell their truth, because when it comes to truth, I feel like there's light, and I feel like in my truth there's light and there's hope, and I just feel like it's time to stand up for people that, they can't stand up for themselves. But really, I'm just talking to people right now that are struggling, with being survivors of sexual assault, to know that you're not alone and you never will be alone. But just know that you are more than what you think you are. You have enough strength than you ever thought that you could ever imagine, and you're much stronger. And don't be afraid to dim your light, and you shouldn't dim your light for anybody. And that when people think that they broke you, they didn't. They just made you more stronger, more invincible. And I think that people need to know that. And for people that are struggling, just know that there is support out there for people that have been molested. You should get support. You shouldn't have to suffer in silence anymore, because the more that you suffer in silence, you're going to keep thinking that it's your fault, and it's not your fault. There's nothing that you could have done. Even with me, for a long time, I thought it was my fault. I thought that I deserved what happened to me, but really, it wasn't my fault, and I didn't deserve that. And the person they did it, just know that they're going to get theirs, and don't ever feel like it's your fault, because it's not. I promise you it's not. And just know that you are loved too. I think it's important to know that you are loved, that you are valued, that you are seen, and there is light and there's hope, and continue to get it and speak your truth, because I do think when you're speaking your truth, you're allowing, I shouldn't say allowing, but you're inspiring others to tell their truth. Because I think when you're telling your truth, you're giving hope. And also I feel like you need to give yourself grace, because I wish I could have gave myself grace, which I'm still am, but I feel like you need to give yourself grace, especially right now if you're suffering. You need to give yourself grace, because I think we all need grace. But yeah, I feel like, I feel like that person that did it to me, I felt like, they don't have no control over me anymore, and I'm not giving them their power. In fact, to be honest, they don't even exist to me mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Like, I feel like I'm in control of my body, and it's been a while since I've been at that place, because when I was going through that time, I felt like my body wasn't my body. I felt like it was the person that done it. Like, I felt like a prisoner in my body. I felt like I was being held captive in my body. And for a while, I neglected my body. I thought something was wrong with me, Even when I was in school, I used to get body shamed a lot. People would call me fat, or they would just make fun of my body. And for a while, I thought those things, because I feel like the more people used to tell me like who I were or what I looked like, or stuff like that, I feel like that's what I thought. I became what they expect for me to be, and I feel like that's what caused me to dim my light. But I do feel like now I'm not going to dim my light for anybody. I'm just going to continue to be me, and I'm going to continue to focus on that journey of rediscovering myself and finding my peace. But yeah, like that person that did it to me, I feel like mentioning their name isn't worth it, because mentioning their name is really not going to solve anything. I can't take back what happened to me. And I wish I could take it back. I wish, that person that did it to me, I wish I can go back in time and take that back, but I can't. And because it's really not gonna solve anything. And like I said, like honestly, they don't mean a damn thing to me. They can really go to hell, to be honest. But like I do forgive that person. As I'm giving them grace, I'm giving, as I'm giving myself grace, I'm giving them grace as well. And yeah, I just feel like, I just feel like I'm at peace with the situation. They don't bother me anymore, and and they never will. So
Okay.